I'm Rebecca, 35, standing in my apartment, my hands shaking as I clutch my phone. I just told my mom and half brother to get out or I'd call the police. The air is thick with tension, and their angry words still ring in my ears. How did it come to this? My life in Miami, Florida, is one I've painstakingly built. I'm a successful software engineer at a leading tech firm. I've climbed the corporate ladder, earning a salary that once seemed like a distant dream. But it wasn't always like this. I grew up in Detroit. When I was 10, my world shattered. My mom, Lily Thompson, left my dad, Tom Miller, and me after their divorce. Dad was a mechanic, working long hours in a small, run-down garage. He'd come home covered in grease, exhausted but still trying to put on a brave face for me. The money was tight. We often had to skip meals to pay the bills. Mom, on the other hand, vanished from our lives. She remarried and had a son, Jake Thompson, with her new husband. The only reminder of her was an annual birthday card with a cold, impersonal message. Dad poured all his love and energy into taking care of me. He'd help me with my homework, even though he was barely literate in the subjects I was studying. At 14, I started working odd jobs to help out. I'd clean houses on weekends and mow lawns during the summer. Every penny I earned went straight into the family budget. School became my escape. I buried myself in books, determined to get out of our difficult situation. My teachers saw my potential and encouraged me to apply for scholarships. At 18, I got a full-ride scholarship to a top university for computer science. It was my ticket out, but the journey wasn't easy. I worked multiple jobs to cover my living expenses. I'd serve coffee at a campus cafe in the morning, study during the day, and then work as a night-time security guard. After graduation, I landed a job in Miami. It was a fresh start, and I worked hard to prove myself. Over the years, I climbed the ranks and became a senior engineer. I bought a nice apartment downtown and started sending money back to Dad to help him with his bills. One autumn evening, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find Mom and Jake standing there. Mom had a fake smile on her face, and Jake was looking around my apartment with a sense of entitlement. Mom started with small talk, but then she got to the point. Jake was starting college, and they needed my help to pay for his tuition and a new car. The amount they were asking for was staggering, and their attitude was infuriating. I told them I needed time to think. The next day, we met at a busy Miami cafe. Mom started spinning lies about why she'd been gone all these years, blaming Dad for keeping her away. Jake interrupted to demand a luxury car and the latest phone. I was furious. I told them I worked hard for everything I had, and that I wasn't their bank. The argument escalated quickly. Mom called me selfish, and Jake said I owed them. I stood up and told them I was done. As I was leaving, Mom grabbed my arm and threatened me. When they showed up uninvited at my apartment again later that day, I caught Jake trying to access my laptop and my bank accounts. I also found out that Mom had hacked Dad's email to get information about my income. It was the last straw. I called my dad and told him what had happened. He wasn't surprised. He'd always known Mom was manipulative. I then reached out to my lawyer, Alex Brown. He helped me file for a restraining order against Mom and Jake at the Miami courthouse. A few days later, my bank notified me that someone had tried to transfer a large sum of money from my account. Thanks to my security measures, the attempt failed. I reported it to Alex, and he ensured that Mom would face consequences if she tried again. A year has passed since then. Word of Mom's actions spread, and many of her friends and family cut ties with her. I started seeing a therapist, Dr. Sarah Lee, who helped me deal with the trauma of Mom's abandonment and betrayal. I also founded a small charity to support kids from struggling families in Miami, just like I was once. Through it all, Dad has been my rock. And I've learned that family isn't about blood. It's about the people who choose to stand by you, who respect you, and who love you unconditionally.